Greetings, math fans. All right, so this is actually our last worksheet for Chapter 9, and it's just another review sheet. So it basically covers everything in Chapter 9. So starting out with cross-multiplying, getting into percentages, getting into proportions, and then doing that circle graph, which is really all part of proportions too. So anyway, before I start going into this, you guys really should have this done, okay? Again, this is practice for you, and then if you have any questions, you can even check your solutions. But you should have this done, so it doesn't make sense for me to do it while you do it because you never really understand the mistakes that you'll make. So I'd rather you make a mistake, check the solutions, and go, oh, okay, these are the mistakes I made, and then figure it out. Okay, then you can watch my the video. So okay, anyway, let us get going here, math fans. All right, so the first one, again, pretty easy. This is just cross multiplying. So it's going to be 2x equals 3 times 5 is 15. Divide by 2x equals 15 halves. And again, you can leave it like that. That's fine. You don't need to put it in your calculator. Okay, this next one, a little more complicated, but no big deal. So it's 5 times x minus 2 equals 3x. Now, some of you might have said 3x first on the left side. Doesn't really matter, okay? One side or the other. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So 5x minus, and don't forget to distribute that. So 5x minus 10 equals 3x. Oops, 3x. Okay, and then I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. So you wind up getting negative 10 equals negative 2x. And then divide by negative 2. So x equals 5. Okay, not bad. So next 4 problems, of course, what do you have to know for this one? Is over of equals percent over 100. You gotta know that, okay? So 20%, remember that 20, and then we always put 100 under that. It's always 100. Of what? So of is my unknown, that's my x, is 70, okay? Cross multiply, so 20x equals 7,000 divided by 20, x equals 350. Okay, number 4, 10 is, so 10 is the is, what percent? So that's my x over 100, always over 100, of 50. Okay, cross multiply, so 50x equals 1,000, and divide by 50, x equals 20, and then it's 20%. Okay, so 20 is what percent of 80? So again, 20 is what percent? That's what you're looking for. 80, oops, sorry, this is 100, and of 80. So 80 is over here. Say cross multiply, so it's 80x is equal to 2,000 divided by 80. So x comes out to be 25%. Cool. And the last one, what is? So is my variable, so it's x of, or sorry, 15%, so 15 over 100, and of 90, so that's 90 here. Okay, so we get 100 x equals 1350. Use your calculator to get that, and divide by 100. So x comes out to be 13.5. Okay, not bad. Rewrite the percentage as a fraction. That's pretty easy. 54% is 54 over 100. 100. And then 2% is 2 over 100. Pretty easy. Oh, and I should mention here, really quickly, I know I didn't do that, but I did that some of the other ones. Notice here, math fans, final exam, baby. 12 out of 43 questions. It's like 1/4 of the final is this review sheet. Okay, so make sure you know what you're doing. All right. So let's keep going here. All right, so these are setting up proportions and then cross multiplying. So Brian scores a touchdown 10% of the time. So remember, 10%, that always goes with the over 100. Always, always, always. And he plays 20 games in the year. How many touchdowns? So 20 is the total number of games he's playing. And he's making less touchdowns because he's playing 20 games. So the big number always goes in the bottom for this, right? And then you're going to put x on top. Okay? And then you cross multiply, so 100x equals 200 and divided by 100. So x equals 2. So he's going to, if he scores 10 touchdowns 10% of the time and he plays 20 games, he's only scoring 2 touchdowns. So he needs to practice a little more and make more touchdowns. Okay. Gatorade sells in a 6-pack for $9. So six pack, I'll just put pack, for $9. How much is a 20-pack? So don't forget, it's the same unit on top. So packs on top and dollars on the bottom. So that's what we're looking for, how much they're going to cost. So you cross multiply, 6x equals 180, divided by 6, x equals 30. So it says how much is a 20-pack? $30. Okay. Number 11, 400 students take a survey. 120 students say they work out 2 hours a day. So that's a ratio. So there's 120 students out of 400 that are surveyed. Say they work out 2 hours a day. And now I'm surveying 2,500. So make sure you put the 2,500 in the right spot. Don't put the 2,500 on top because I'm looking for how many students work out in a 2 hour day. So that is my 2 hour day for 120. So it's got to be the same size. It's got to be the top of the fraction. So that's what we're looking for. And then the bottom says 400 students take a survey. And here it's 2,500 students. We're asking 2,500 students. That's why they're both in the bottom. Okay, so we cross multiply. We get 400x equals 300,000. If you take your calculator and multiply that out. And then we divide each of those by 400. So x comes out to be 750. Okay, 750 students. So 7 inches is 28 miles. How far does 12 inches? So how many miles is that, right? You can see the units again are the same on top and same on the bottom. Okay, cross multiply. So 7x equals 336. Divided by 7x is 48. 48 miles. Okay, that's your answer. All right. The old circle graph. So most popular color. Well, my favorite color is green, so I made that the most popular color. I don't know. It's my choice. I'm the teacher. Okay. So 13 says 500 students were surveyed. How many would have a favorite color of red? So remember, red is 20%. So you're putting 20 over 100. That's super important. And it says 500 are surveyed. So the 500 goes in the bottom because it's like saying 20 liked red out of 100. So out of 500, how many liked red? Okay. So you cross multiply, we get 100x equals 10,000. Divided by 100, x is 100. Okay. 14, so I'm going to kind of cursor down here because I can see the circle graph in my piece of paper here. Anyway, 360 students are surveyed. How many would have a favorite color of blue? So right away, blue is 30 over 100. Okay. And there are 360 students surveyed. So 360 goes in the bottom, and I'm looking for how many like blue. So we cross multiply, we get a 100x equals 10,800. Divide by 100. So x equals 108. Okay, so these last two are, I'm telling you how many students like yellow, and you got to find out how many are surveyed, okay, which is the bottom number. So once again, I'm looking at yellow. Yellow is 15%, so 15 over 100. And 60 like yellow, so 60 is on top, and I'm looking for how many surveyed. Okay, because remember, that's the same on top. 60 like yellow and 15 out of 100 like yellow. And on the bottom, it's out of 100, and I'm looking for out of how many to say how many were surveyed. Okay, so I cross multiply, so 15x equals 6,000. And divide by 15, so x is 400. Okay, and 16, same idea. Green is the color again, so 35 over 100 for green. And it's asking you again how many are surveyed. 60 light green, and I'm looking for how many are surveyed. So we cross multiply, and 35x equals 6,000. Divide by 35. And so we get x equals 171.4. You know, if you said 171, that's probably more accurate because you can't have 0.4 people. It's pretty difficult. Okay. Anyway, that's it for the chapter, math fans. That was 9 worksheets, and hopefully you guys are good to go with all this, and you're good to go to take this test, because I'll tell you, if you know how to do that worksheet, especially the last 2 worksheets, you're good to go with the test, and you're good to go with 1/4 of the final exam. So make sure you know this stuff. All right, that's it. Have an outstanding day or night, because it is late at night right now I'm doing this. So have an outstanding night/day. Adios, math fans. Goodbye.